All right, guys, we're gonna be going live here in about 3 minutes. Oh, I already got two people on here. Hey, Tim, what's going on? Thanks for sharing my live and telling people about it. So that was really nice of you. And Kevin is on here. What's up, Kevin? How are you doing? This is going to hopefully be a better live show than the first one that I did. We got a couple more minutes before I'll get started on the topics or anything like that. You guys have any questions since you guys are the first ones on here? Thanks for the thumbs up, whoever gave me that. Appreciate that. So, let's see, a couple more. I always find it kind of weird doing these lives. I guess it's only my second one, but I guess that's part of the whole YouTube experience. And people say I like to talk, so I guess it should be pretty good. Cool. In 1 minute, we will get started. You guys might be my only two viewers, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and do my thing, and then maybe some more people will come on, and they could always watch the replay. So in case you don't know, Kevin's actually my brother, so it's pretty cool that he's on here. So I didn't know he was much of a YouTuber guy, but he came on for support. So I appreciate you and Tim and anybody else that watches this later in the future. But all right, so hey, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, it's an area hat. Hoping next week I will be releasing the new Shedstead logo. So I'm gonna have some stickers to give out to people, and I might get a couple shirts as well, just to kind of spread the word of the Shedstead. So that's something that's in the making. I also have some other videos that are going to be in the making as well. But I guess it's 8 o'clock, so I should start with everything. Can everybody hear me okay? My two live stream people? Yeah, I'm going to get some stickers of the new logo. Since I know originally I was going to change the name of the channel, which is what I was going to talk about today. So that's going to be kind of cool. Actually, been working with a couple ones. I think I got it worked out pretty good. But all right, so let's get started. So this is just basically what I'm gonna start doing with the channel is do live streams, I guess, on Fridays, just help the subscriber base, get the airtime and everything else. I appreciate you guys being here. If you have any questions, obviously feel free to type them in there, and I'll take a look. Because I'm not big enough to need moderators yet. But basically, the Shedstead, the original plan, because if you guys watch, you guys may notice that no longer have a shed house or a Shedstead, I guess, per se. I got a nice big, well, bigger than a shed, white house, little farmhouse that I have up on the hill that I've been working on. But originally, when I got these 4 acres, we had a 14 by 36 shed. I have some videos on that conversion as well. Basically what we were going to do was convert that shed and live in that shed and live in the tiny house. And then as we started doing the process, the city came out and they said that we were actually in the city limits. So that was kind of a bummer. And we had a 1,200 square foot limit. So with that 1,200 square foot limit, that kind of meant that we couldn't have the tiny house anymore. The way our property is situated, there's people that have been living in Godley their whole entire life, and they come to our place and they're like, I didn't even know this place was here. So I probably could have got away with it, but Mrs. and I decided that it's not worth risking it. So we were going to just build a house on the property. So I had the brilliant idea of doing an RV conversion, which was terrible. Didn't I started to do some of that, but that was way over my head. I'm not qualified, and at least not something that major. So, um, and then so with that RV, we lived in it for I think 2 months while they were building our house. We had issues building our house and everything, but we ended up getting into a mobile home, and it ended up being a blessing because we realized that tiny house living isn't for everybody, and I don't think it would have worked out great for us because we just kind of like have a little bit more space. But the whole idea of having a shed conversion or a tiny house, if done right, I think is a great way to be out of debt, live a more sustainable lifestyle, smaller footprint. I mean, there's tons of benefits of living in a shed. And the whole Shedstead name was because we were gonna. Yeah, I know that RV was crazy. You never saw the RV, did you, Kevin? That was called it the. I found it online on the RV. There's a couple videos on the RV, and I found it really, really cheap. So when we sold it, I got all my money back and then a little bit more based on what I bought it for. Got to live in it for 2 months too, so it worked out in the end okay. But they spelled it as Bonder instead of Bounder. And then once I bought it, I realized that it was actually the RV from Breaking Bad. So I guess I could have cooked meth in it or something. But yeah, so the Shedstead was just the whole idea of living a sustainable lifestyle, and anybody can homestead. You don't have to be on 4 acres, 100 acres, or you can do it in your backyard. There's you guys watch Daddy Curbs. He's got he does a bunch of different stuff, and you can just have grow plants on your back porch. You can be in an apartment and have a homestead. Basically, what a homestead is like taking your house that is your biggest expense and actually having it provide for you like they did in the past. So that's why we say with Kevin cut me up, but that's why I said with the Shedstead, because the Shedstead is a great, cool name. We just thought it was cool, So, and my subscriber base grew quite a bit while we weren't doing the shed and building the house, and that's why we didn't do videos for about 6 months. So as far as on the shed, let's see, how much time did we spend on that? I bought the shed from Ulrich, and when I bought the shed from Ulrich, it was just the shell, and I probably worked on it on and off with me, my stepdad, and my wife for about 4 to 5 months, because our whole plan was to be in there like 3 months. Then it took a little bit longer. So the fact that it was really cool, because I did learn a lot. So we got the shed on here. We put it on blocks, which, if I was to do it again, which I do want to do another one on the property, I would probably do a little bit better foundation, or at least level it. It's because the front was a little too high. But inside the shed, we framed it. We did the insulation. We installed the Raptor vents and all the insulation in the inside. We framed it. We put in the barn doors. I actually installed like the shower. We got some custom cabinets for it. I had basic woodworking. That was my first time attempting woodworking, which is basically cutting a piece of plywood to the dimensions that we wanted for our kitchen, and then I sanded it and stained it. So that was pretty cool. And then what else did I do with that? Oh, we did all the electrical. I did the mini split on there as well. Yeah, 9 sheds. That's a lot, but that's the cool thing about the sheds. There's so much that you can do with it, and I might have to come out and see if Tim will let me come out to his place so I can do some videos of his place, because he's got Really cool shed that he did as an Airbnb, which I don't know if you're still doing that as the Airbnb. That was a really cool setup. And then he's got like a little rabbit house. Then you have an art shed. Trying to think, you have some other sheds too, don't you, Tim? What are the other ones? You got the so that was a really cool property that he has out there. So that's really cool. There's so much you can do with the sheds. So our idea with the sheds, and I guess I'm kind of going off topic here, is I want to have one in the front, which would be like an Airbnb, or when people come over, they can stay. I want to do like a garden shed. And then I have an idea for like a rabbit hutch, quail type aviary thing that I want to do. The hardest part about building the shed, wow, there's a lot that I didn't know. So for me, the hardest part was trying to learn everything and then thinking that I could do something, thinking it was going to be a lot easier than what it really was. If I didn't have the help, it would have been a lot even more difficult. But the hardest part about that was just not knowing how to do everything and trying to learn what I needed to know. Now, I'm part of a group on Facebook called Shed the House. I think when I joined the group, there was 100 people in it, and now there is over 60,000. So that was really cool as far as being able to go to that group. People could ask questions, and there's people that were electricians and different stuff. So that really helped. But the hardest thing was not knowing what to do and trying to teach myself and have my stepdad teach me some stuff, and finding the time to do it, because you can get kind of discouraged, because you're like, you do something and then it doesn't work out. I apologize. Mika's over there in the back, barking, but yeah. So I would say that would be the hardest part, would be doing that. But the cool thing is the fact that I did do all of that. I think it prepared me to do it again. I could do it better, but it also taught me a lot of things as far as like basic construction stuff. So like I had some pole barn, just poles, that was an old pole barn on my property that's just kind of fallen down. And I feel pretty confident with scrap metal and scrap wood that I have on the property, I could turn that into a pretty nice little shed or rabbit hutch or chicken barn or something, and then feel pretty confident about even building like a small one that kind of matches our current house for Argo, like a little shed dog house, because I got some extra windows. I think I want to do like a little dog house for him for the winter. Yeah, for sure. The hardest part is not burning out, because you can definitely get burnout real quick doing that. That's right. Yeah. So you have the wood shop, Carl's place. So for anybody else watching, Carl's place, he's got a big pet rabbit. I guess it's a Rex, a giant Rex rabbit, I think is what Carl is. He's a really cool rabbit. He's also a workshop, so he's got that, and then got the art barn, the office, the chicken coop, and then the storage. Yeah, that's the way your whole property is set out is really cool. When I was able to go out there, I really enjoyed it. Flemish Giant, that's what Carl is. I will be getting some rabbits on the property. I think that might be one of my first homestead animals, since I don't have any. I used to, but I'm trying to decide between 3 to 4, which I think I might do a video on that, just to kind of discussing the benefits of the different animals on the property. And yeah, the rabbit barn, I remember that too. Let's see. I had this scheduled for 30 minutes because I don't have, I'm still learning on how to do everything. And I'm trying to think of what else. And I have some notes. So you have a little notebook here that I was writing notes on. I'm going to try to see what else I want. I think I actually have 2 pages. Yeah, the other thing was I was going to talk about was just about future videos, you know. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a fall garden, and I am going to use some of the tools that Tim gave me, and I think I'm going to try to build raised garden beds, wicking beds actually. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And then do a video of my first animals, and then I think I have 1, 2, 3 building videos that I want to do, and then I'm going to continue doing the weight loss videos. So this is week 2 of my weight loss journey of losing 100 pounds, which some people might say, why is a weight loss thing on a homestead channel? And the reason I have it on the homestead channel is that what they say is, like, you know, you have find your niche. But to me, a homestead is about being sustainable, being healthy, and creating a better life for you. And that starts with growing your own food, and being healthy. So, I mean, if you're 100 pounds overweight, you're not living a sustainable life. Steph wants to know why rabbits, because they're so cute. No, reason I would go with rabbits, there are, which I'll do a video on, but just off the top of my head, the benefits of rabbits are endless. So the first thing is they have like the best fertilizer for a garden. It's actually a cold compost. So unlike chicken compost, you actually take that compost and you can put it right in your garden right away. You don't have to compost it and turn it and wait for the manure to get soft. So it's literally like the best. I think alpaca poo might be better than rabbits manure, but it's definitely up there. And then, so that's the first thing. The second thing is they're really cute, which makes it really easy to sell. So if you have a breeding pair, which would be a buck and a doe, you know, let's say they have a litter of about 6 rabbits, you could sell 1 rabbit for 25 bucks, which would basically provide all the food for all the other rabbits. And then another thing is, like, I would want to try to use some for meat, because if you breed a rabbit and whenever they're ready to breed, I think it says that you can, in 1 year, you can come up with 600 pounds of quality meat for you. With 600 pounds of meat, I mean, that's like a whole cow. So that's a lot of meat that you can get from the rabbits. You know, you just kind of got to separate, like, you know, the first set of rabbits that we get would probably be our pets, and then we would sell some, and, you know, eventually we would get into the whole eating them, I guess. You can also take their pelts as well. So yeah, so Tim, he's got quite a few. He's got the Flemish Giants, which are huge. I mean, well, Kevin, they'll probably be Carl, his rabbit is probably going to be the size, it's bigger than, I think it's bigger than Paris, your little Maltese that you have. So, I mean, Flemish Giants are huge. And what Tim was saying, he could produce about 2,000 pounds of meat if he wanted to. And it's actually really lean, high quality meat. And there's so much that you could do with it, with different stews and different stuff. So it's definitely really cool. And then I just saw, Tim, you said that I can come get a couple of your rabbits. I would love to do that. I was actually going to probably reach out to Bo at Better Together Life and see if you wanted to do some sort of video or something to be getting some rabbits. But yeah, I might have to take you up on that, especially when I go get your chicken caps. So I'm gonna start building stuff. What is it, Mika? What do you see? I think she's protecting us from our flags that we have out there. Hey guys, it's okay. It's okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. Kevin's not up to date on the videos. Come on, man. You gotta get caught up. Yes, we have finished the driveway. So next time you come out here, you have a full driveway to come up. So that's gonna be pretty nice. So we did finish the driveway. Yeah, Steph, I know. I can't see. I don't think Jeanette would be a big fan of eating the rabbits either. I'm not sure because they're so cute and everything. But you know, another animal I might want to do would be the meat chickens because that's 8 weeks, and I can have a bunch of meat. I can, in 8 weeks, I can do 25 or 50 meat birds with the stuff that I have here. And I mean, 50 meat birds is one whole chicken for me and Jeanette a week. So that's going to be more than enough. So I might do a small batch and sell some of the others, and try to create a farmstead instead of a homestead, try to get some money back on some of the different stuff. Let's see. Wow. Actually, I've been rambling on for about 18 minutes. That's really cool. I appreciate you guys asking questions and being involved. Let's see so that's really all I had on my notes. The pond, yeah. So unfortunately, the pond was a no-go. So on the videos, you'll see that I had 4 people cancel on me. And the one guy that came out, he was going to come out and do everything, and the price that he quoted, he was going to do a pond. And I was like, yes, and then he just no-showed until the very end, until 2 days later, he called and said he was sorry. Want to know if he can come out then. So the guy that I had come out, he was able to do the final grade around the house. We need to smooth that out, finish the driveway. But it was going to cost too much for the pond. And then he was saying that he didn't recommend a pond. He recommended more of a wider bowl because he says that soil can't hold water, which I don't think is true because I have so much clay here. And when we got that rain in November, I had 3 inches of water just sitting there for, I think, 4 months. So, yeah, so that's why there's no pond, but it might work out in the end because I have we can maybe move the pond somewhere else, or maybe I'll run a bobcat and learn how to dig a hole. That might be fun. So yeah, and then my videos that I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do live on Fridays. I think I'll probably try to release the weight loss videos on Monday, and then what's going on around the homestead on Wednesdays. And so that way I would have 3 to 4 videos a week until I can get used to my equipment and get everything done. So eventually I'd like to get to at least 4 to 5. I would like to get to 5 videos a week and then 1 live video. But right now I just don't feel like there's enough content, as they say, on my property. Do you have a shovel? I do have a shovel. That's funny. Tim was with the weight loss. He's like he can make me lose a lot of weight. All he needs is a shovel, and I got a couple big piles of dirt. So he's like, don't need a gym, just need a shovel. And last week, I think I had my weigh-in on Saturday. Then I did some work outside, and it was super hot, and I was out there shoveling dirt. I could only do it for I think 45 minutes to an hour. I had to take breaks in between, and I think a lot of it was water weight, but I ended up losing 5 pounds that day. I gained a lot of it back, and I drank over a gallon of water. So as far as what I'm doing to lose weight, a lot of people don't realize when I tell them how much I weigh that I weigh 340 pounds, or I did. Last weigh-in I was at 335. That I gained a lot of weight by just eating a bunch of stuff. So right now I'm doing the T25 workout at home, which is the guy that did the Insanity workout, which is a 60-minute workout. And the T25 is a 25-minute kind of version of it. Gets the heart rate up. And then the cool thing about that is I have really bad knees. And they have a lady on there called, her name is Tanya, and she does modifies for all of the exercises. So I struggle to do a lot of the exercises, but I've gotten a lot better. And I was doing some stretches yesterday, and I was actually able to like touch the floor for the first time. So that was like getting my flexibility back and everything else. So I'm doing the T25 workout, which is a 8-week, 10-week program. So then after that, they go to a 5-week program of using some light weights and resistant bands, which I may do that. I don't know. I don't have that DVD set, so I'd have to buy it. But after the 10 weeks, we'll see where I'm at, and I'll definitely do that. And I'm cutting down on the other thing I'm doing is I'm just cutting down on the bad stuff that I eat, because I was eating so much bad stuff. And I've noticed with the working out and just restraining myself from eating food versus restricting, because I've noticed in other previous weight loss journeys that I've had, I restrict myself, and then I was like, oh, then I eat at 50, and then I gain a whole bunch of weight back again. So now I'm just trying to make the conscious decision that to restrain myself, and that seems to help a lot more. And I've noticed now that I've actually started to do a lot more exercise in the mornings and everything, that I'm not as hungry either. But I guess that makes sense with 340 pounds. I have a lot of extra fat that my body could burn. Oh, I forgot that you do insanity workout. So you do the insanity workout? How long? So you do that every day, Kevin? That's awesome. I might have to borrow that from you, because the T25 is really cool. It's actually 5 years ago, and that thing is awesome. But I do like the T25. Trying to think. But I talk in my videos about how I'm just trying to restrain myself from eating certain things. But now that I've been doing it for 2 weeks, I might actually start more towards a diet next week, because I feel comfortable doing that. Like I'm not gonna like crave it, because I've already kind of eaten there. And like Tim says, it's a life change, and it's not so much a diet. The definition of diet is what you're eating. So when I'm eating McDonald's every day, that's still technically my diet. So I don't necessarily need to diet. I need to change my life. And that's very well said. So 3 times a week, cut it short though, 30-minute workouts. Okay, so yeah, so basically what the T25 is, it's 25 minutes with a 3-minute stretch, and it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, which today I didn't do both workouts, but it's 2 25-minute workouts. Weigh-ins on Saturdays, no workout, and then Sunday is a 25-minute stretching video. So cool. Wow, I was able to stay on for 25 minutes, and it's really cool that I had 2 people on here. I like that. It's getting closer to my 4,000 hours of watch time. I've noticed that since I started posting videos again, my video watch time has gone up quite a bit. It's funny to look back and see, like, I've had over 100, I've almost had 120,000 views of my stuff. So thanks, Kev. I appreciate it. Yeah, you can, if you want, you give me calls during the week and make sure that I'm still doing the workout. Ryan gave me the DVD, which is a friend from high school, or actually from middle school, and I started doing it, and he called and checks up on me as well. But yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think about losing weight is, as I progress through my weight loss journey, I'm sure I'm going to get a whole bunch of different people, different opinions and all that stuff. But, like there's some hardcore people that say, vegan is terrible for you, and keto is bad for you, carnivore is bad for you, this, that, and the other. And as long as you're getting nutrients, I don't think it's bad for you. Like, I have a friend that was able to lose a lot of weight, he was a pescatarian, because he would eat fish, but other than that, he wouldn't eat any other meat. But he'd eat a lot of carbs, like pastas and stuff. My body, I can't eat pasta. I can't have carbs. That's like my downfall. I think I might have some sort of gluten intolerance because when I don't eat carbs, I just feel better. So, but yeah, I think there's so many different different diets that you can do, and it just depends on what your body is. Your body might feel better doing vegan stuff. It might be pescatarian. It might be the full carnivore diet, paleo, keto. I like when I was doing the keto diet, but tend to get a little bit more heartburn. So, but yeah, I'm getting close to 120,000. Let's see how many views I have right now lifetime. I have a little app, which is videos. Let me see. I apologize about Mika barking so much. She's see, I've had 2,000 views this month. I know it's like right at 119, so I'm not quite at 120,000 views. I think hopefully I can get there by next week. But the main thing, I guess, is I need to get more people watching our stuff. Only got 6,000 minutes of watch time, but for this month I was averaging like 4,000, so now I'm averaging 6 just by adding a couple videos. And I've had like a 300% increase. Mika, it's okay. Come here. Sorry about Mika barking, but I guess that will be it for now, unless anybody has any other questions. I'm sure having Mika in the background barking is not that fun. Yeah, sugar definitely helped. That's funny. Ben is looking for Mika. That's Mika. Come here. Come here, Mix. Come here, Mika. I think Piper got a bone, and so she's jealous. Come here, Mika. Mika, get over here. Get over here. Oh, you want pets? Okay. No. Oh, now you're running. Run. Come here. Oh. All right. Maybe if I just hold her here, she'll be a little bit better. Yeah, white stuff, sugar, bread, all that definitely helps. Let's see. I guess since I think I actually hit the 30 minutes. Once again, I appreciate both of you guys staying on here for the whole entire time. Maybe one day I'll have hundreds of people on my live streams. Baby steps. That's kind of, isn't that what we do, Mika? Baby steps. So, but it was cool. Last time I think I only had like 5 people on the live chat, but people went back and looked at it. I think I had like 25 people actually go back and view it. So how far did I get on my shed before I sold it? So I think I have a video when it went away. I had the no flooring. I had the sheetrock done. I was getting ready to tape in bed. Learn how to do that, which I think Jeanette's dad was going to come down and help me with that because he had experience doing that. So I had that, had the closets put in, had the barn doors put in, which were sliding barn doors. I had the outside was all done. I actually cut out and added an extra big window, which was pretty cool. Had the power. I had the inside plumbed, and we had water to it, but I haven't put in I have the water turned off to it. And only thing we didn't have was the septic and then the flooring. But I finished the stairs. And I'm trying to think. Oh, I did not. I had the insulation installed in up on the top because I had the lofted barn. But I didn't have the siding up yet because I think we were actually going to hire somebody to do that because that was just way too difficult. So I mean, it would have been livable. I probably would have had to have a compost toilet there, which we had to have in the RV. I actually had that in my other barn when we were living in the RV. So wow, that would be awesome to have 1 million people on a live show. If I had that, that'd be like one of the big YouTubers like Demolition Ranch or Off the Ranch or one of those big guys. That'd be crazy. But yeah, so I got pretty far in it, but I think the next shed that we get, I have a feeling it's going to be Jeanette's garden shed, which will be a small one, and we'll convert that into like a little garden workspace and probably have water to it and everything, which I think will be pretty cool. And then after that, we'll do like an Airbnb type shed house, which we wanted by the pond and have like a little deck opposite the pond where you can go fishing. So, which we still may do that. I don't know. We'll see how time goes. But yeah. But I guess if there's no other questions, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I was about to end it right here. Just do a little 30-minute show. So I appreciate it, Kevin. Thanks I will see you next week. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. Tim, I appreciate you coming on here as well. And I also appreciate all the help that you've done, with chicken coops and the tools that you provided for me, which I've used some, and I'll be using some of the others. So I greatly appreciate it. So I guess for now, I'm weird at goodbyes, but I guess for now we'll say good night. Oh, last time you still had the counters going in. Yeah, I did the wood counters on there, and I had the sheetrock. That's pretty close to. And I installed the sink. I don't know if that was in the video. I think I had the sink installed. No, I didn't have the sink installed. I drilled everything and cut it, but I put it back in the box. So, but I had the water run underneath the cabinets for it. So, yeah, the lady that bought it, she moved it out to East Texas. I don't know. I know she finished it because she called me wanting stuff, but I don't know how it turned out. But yeah. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna go see what Mika's up to. So I appreciate it. Until next time, thanks for watching the Shedstead.